Thank you guys for coming back to Cobra TV. We have an amazing guest on the show. You know him. You love him. You've seen his artwork. You've seen the comics. We got Dopezart. Dopezart, how you doing, buddy?
What's going on, man? I'm doing pretty good, man. Good to be here.
That's
Glad
good.
to be on Cobra TV.
Yeah, man. It's a pleasure to have you on, man. I've been looking at your stuff for a long, long time, man. I remember back in the day, I think one of the No Man's Sky Facebook groups actually banned you because of the name of the comic and the use of marijuana.
Yeah, and then
you remember that? That was a long time ago.
They put Nip Nip in the game, so I'm like, okay,
yeah.
Looks like I was on the right track, you know.
Yeah, you sure were, man. You sure were. But I want to talk about how it all started, and I want to talk about where we can find a full collection, and a full rundown, like page per page, so we can follow the story. And your plans for the future, what you're working on, things like that. So let's start with how did this all start? Like, before you made your first picture, what was going on inside that amazing mind of yours?
Well, I'll tell you, when I play this game, man, I think I started from the beginning. I mean, because I just always like to play on words and stuff. So a Dope Man Sky just came to me, because I like the word dope. It's a good word. I love it.
Right.
And so I got it first, and I got all on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everything. Dope Man Sky. I mean, you Google it, you'll find it. So I started off, just AI starts on the planet, and then, I went to a planet. This is how it all started. My niece she's like 2 years old. She was like obsessed with the moon, and she looked at it, she said, the moon. So the first chapter of Dope Man Sky is Mysteries of Damune. It's like MYWMY, OON, because it's like where the child says it. So, and then he's on the moon, and he hears some voice saying, seek the Atlas herbs of enlightenment. So then he just goes looking for this herb, and then the story grows from there. I wanted to keep some. Yeah, but it's growing, man. I mean, it's like from where I've started to where I am now, it's really changed a lot.
You had so it went from there, and are you a big comic book fan?
I am a big comic book fan. I always keep up with stuff. I don't read all of the comic books so much as I keep up with the storylines and where they're going. And one of my like real big fans, shout out to Photonic. He actually, I don't mean to put him out like this, but he used to work for Marvel,
Oh.
Yeah, and he was an inker, and he actually helped. I got pictures on my page where he actually inked the picture of Dopezart, and he sent it to me, and then I put color in it, and I turned it into a whole comic book cover. And we've been working on collaborating on stuff. I mean, and he's like, he actually gives me a lot of direction on how I should go with this. And he's really a friend of mine. Yeah, his name's Photonic. He's in that cafe, and you can follow him. It's Photonic. He does a lot of stuff. Really good guy, man.
Okay. Yeah, that's amazing, man. So you guys are bouncing ideas off of each other and doing little projects and things like that. Big projects. I'm sorry. I mean, amazing projects. Speaking of the projects, like, where can we find like a page per page chronicle of? I say chronic.
Oh, hey, this works great, man. Hey, there's I have a link. It's that on my Amino page, because I post everything on the Amino apps because that's the community it came from, and I want to just stay loyal to that community, so I post everything there, but the link has a link to every chapter in chronological order. I can give you that link and you can have it in your notes, and they can find it, and every time I make a new episode I update it, so they can find it all right, there. But if you join that Amino app, it's the No Man's Sky Amino. I mean, you can follow me there, and every time I put something up, you'll see it, and in the cafe too.
And the cafe is also on the Amino app, right?
Yeah, it's like you go to Amino. If you download the Amino app has a lot of different type of communities in it. I mean, just about anything you think of. So, but so you search No Man's Sky, and you'll see those two. They'll be like the top community.
Okay. Yeah, I do have an account over there. I was active a long time ago. Then I ended up buying a phone, and I didn't re-download the app. But I've noticed here lately, like, links that you can click on while you're on desktop. So is it on PC now, or is it still just strictly mobile for full functionality?
It's strictly, I mean, mobile for full functionality. But I post those links, and I noticed that you can view them on PC, and you can just put them up. So, like, whether you're on a mobile or PC, if you click that link, you can find it. And I tell you, if you Google Dope Man Sky and hit image search, you'll find your way there. I mean, because there's plenty to see just by doing that alone. But you can find it in full chronological order. And I'm working on getting it printed up because a lot of people have been asking me about that.
Oh, man. I would buy that. If you got that printed up and, had some company, print it up into a comic book, let me know. I will support you. I will buy it.
Okay, yeah, man. I'm just, I always, it's something that I took a serious look at. But I'm just so focused on making more. I took a little break for a while, but I'm always focused on making more.
Right. You might want to look at some companies. There's printing companies online, sort of like how Redbubble, where you could sell your shirts on there and they print it, they sell it, and then you get like, when I sell a shirt, I don't get that much out of it.
Yeah, I actually have one set up, Snap Tee. I got some Dope Man Sky t-shirts. Like, you go to Snap Tee and put Dope Man Sky in there, and sure enough, you're gonna find those t-shirts. I'm
gonna go check that out.
Yeah, I got a couple of them sent out to, like I was saying, Photonic. That's where he's my biggest fan, man. So I had to just when I made the t-shirt, I had to make sure he got it, even though he had to deal with me. I swear I couldn't put anything in the mail. It took me like 2 months just to put it in the mail.
So, okay. Send me all the links. Send me the links to your t-shirt so I can put them in the description.
Man, I got everything ready to go for you. Trust me.
All right, good. So, do we have just one storyline that you're working on, or do you have different stories? Is there more than one book?
Well, there's just the central storyline, which is it's like Dope Man Sky, the quest for the Atlas Herbs of Enlightenment, and the chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I'll tell you, it's about when I really feel like when I got good at it, and it's like a mini series I did called Beak Face. If you Google Beak Face, and you'll find it, So, and it was like basically it was episode. It was like a little short series that I did that didn't have the central character in it, but it directly tied in, and it was about a little geck it's like Scarface. The end of Scarface, where the house gets shot up and he dies. Yeah, so it's like that with a geck.
That's awesome, dude. Very awesome.
I did another little mini series where I actually went through a black hole and the ship comes out in Fallout. It comes out over Vault 111.
Oh, it's called that's the Dope. Sweet.
Yeah, I got the links to all that. Dope Man's Fallout series, and then Dopezart had to get back to the Euclid Galaxy, and
it was so cool, man. That's almost just like I got a show called Revenge of the Survivor, and it's where it's like Mr. Magoo in space. It's in survival mode, but this character,
I've seen a couple episodes, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's so stupid, but he survives every single time, right? Yeah. And the Atlas, I made a movie of it. So the Atlas gets pissed off and embarrassed that it cannot, control this character, and this character just won't die by the hands of the universe. So he gets upset and pissed off and transports Cobra to Elite Dangerous. Well, the Elite Dangerous episodes never got uploaded because when I first tried to play that game and I first recorded, oh my God, that is embarrassing, and I never uploaded them. So I will. They're going to get uploaded as lost episodes. But the story takes starts back up with Cobra and the Ark Survival Evolved, right? So he doesn't know his past self, and then all of a sudden he starts to realize, hey, wait a minute, I'm a spaceman. I'm not supposed to be here. And he has to go back to Euclid, but he's got to go through several other games before he can even get there. Crash Bandicoot, Minecraft, Space Engineers. You know, he's got to go through all that before he can get back to No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
so that's cool, man. We think alike.
Yeah, man, and I'm really I've been talking to people in the community about doing like, because you know, with the base building, you know, I don't like, I always have like, oh, I'm gonna build this thing and use it as an asset, but then I'm been too much nip. I can't build anything right now, you know. So, yeah. But I was talking to Martin Boyd, you know, Mr. Boyd. I was like, I'm just gonna use some of his stuff, you know, just pop on over there through the portal, you know. Use it as an asset, man. Yeah, so it should be interesting.
That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah, got a lot of
so what do we have to look for the future? Do you have any projects other than the central storyline that you're working on right now?
Yeah. You know, I'm building up towards adding a lot of character. I mean, I got a lot of stuff done like that's, and there's just time gaps. Once I fill in the middle, then the other stuff can come into play. So like, I just introduced another character, and I'm gonna do some spin-offs. Like I said, I want to do stuff with the the portals, and I can go to other people's bases, and I kind of want to do like just a travel show with maybe a character that's not so serious, because the tone of it is kind of serious, even though there's like not serious stuff in it. I don't know, but
right, yeah,
something a little more.
I get it.
Something a little more funny with a lot more profanity.
Yeah, I get it. Sort of like a little more serious take on Spaceballs.
Yeah. That sounds about right. You know, I had a Sky Day. This was a friend of mine. He's like, you should make Sky Day. It's like Friday, but in the sky or something. I don't know. Like, okay, sounds good to me.
Have you ever thought about turning them into like a digital comic with sound and voice acting?
Yeah, I actually look, man. I'm telling you, this, like I said, there's so much more I can do, but a lot of it is just time, you know, because I have to do stuff, and you know.
Right. Yeah, all that grown-up stuff, man, takes us away from all the fun stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I want to do more, because I want to, you know, I can put voice acting and, you know, some music behind it, you know, and just make it, you know, kind of pan. I mean, there's a lot I can do. It's just a matter of time, and I wish I had more.
Right. From all the things you said, I'm really stuck on the thought of actually holding a physical comic book from you, and signed.
Oh yeah, man, definitely. You'll definitely get one signed, man. I'm telling you, User One got all of us addicted to this game. Like, before we even played it, you know what I'm saying? Your enthusiasm about the game was infectious. It was like, I said, I've already bought this game, you know. It's mine, so.
I couldn't get enough of it, man. Before the game was even released, I'd be sitting there watching a trailer, and I'd be like, "Oh, look at that rock! I didn't talk about that rock yet. Let's talk about that rock today on Cobra TV." Hey guys, welcome back to Cobra TV. Did you happen to see this rock?
Hey, I'll tell you was breaking it down, man. I'm like, I'll be sitting at work. I wouldn't even be watching anymore. I'd just be lit.
So are you only doing this with just No Man's Sky, or are you doing it with any other game or anything else?
I actually have, because like I said, when Dopezart went through a portal, a black hole, he went to Vault 111, and he met another character that I started a one called King of the Commonwealth. It's about my character in Fallout, and it's a very different tone than the Dope Man Sky. But the two characters, you know, there was a brief period where Dopezart was in, you know, Sanctuary Hills, and you know, they worked to get him back. They built that relay. What was that? molecular relay. He had to use that to get him back to the Euclid galaxy.
Right.
So yeah, but I continued the story inside of Fallout, and actually I've been working like there was almost a Dope Man Skyrim, because I was mixing the two with Skyrim one time. I didn't put that out. I might revisit it. So it's something that, I see, every time I play a game now, that's what I think about. Like I was playing NBA 2K and I was like, I could make this a story like above the rim. So
that's really cool, man. That's really cool. Yeah, if you ever do decide they're gonna take it to the next level, need a voice actor, I'd like to do something.
Oh yeah, man.
Even if it's a small part.
Oh, you got it, man. You got the voice too, man. You know what I'm saying? It had to be something real, real slick. You had to be like a bartender or something,
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. I would love that. Yeah. Yeah. Where do you draw your inspiration from? Like you said, you follow comic books, but like, which ones are you heavily inspired by?
All right. Well, when it comes to this Dope Man Sky,
yeah,
I draw my.
Let me guess.
Go ahead.
Old Image Comics.
I was stuff like that. Stuff like that. That's the aesthetic value that I like.
Yeah.
I want to see stuff that looks like that. But but where I get my inspiration for this, it comes from like, I don't know, because I know it may not show through all the time, but it's like a lot of movies and also Metal Gear Solid. Like I don't know if I put so many Metal Gear references in everything that I do. There's so many. Like if you go back and look through, you'll see. And I don't know, Blazing Saddles. I don't know how that equates, but I love Blazing Saddles. And whenever I'm making something, I try to think about how that went, and try to line it up some way. You might see some of that there too. And but yeah, as far as the comics go, I like the way that old Spawn comic used to like.
Yes, I was gonna say that.
As the way the story was told, there wasn't a lot of action, in Spawn comics. It was in bursts, but the story was told, in a very, way that just grabbed you, and you understood what was going on. Not too many words, but it got the point across.
Do you remember when Frank Miller teamed up with Todd McFarlane and did a Batman versus Spawn?
Yeah, I do remember that. That was pretty cool. I don't I didn't really see much of that, but I do remember it and seeing like a lot of the pictures.
That's what your work reminds me of, Frank Miller.
Yeah, that's a good company, man. And this is just something I never done anything like this before. I just started doing it one day. And,
right.
But I really.
Do you remember the old? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I enjoy it. So go ahead.
Yeah. Do you remember the old comic book Sin City?
Oh yeah, man. And I really like the way that's done.
That's Frank Miller.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Frank, your actual style when you're laying everything out reminds me of Sin City or anything really Frank Miller does. That's exactly what your artwork reminds me.
Yeah, that's why I like that the way they put those colors, the colors together. I actually did something where it was another little spinoff I did. It was like Korvax Echoes. I actually just took the text from the Korvax Echoes and just illustrated it from the game, and I made it the style of it was all black and white.
Yeah.
But I added a splash, like one color to every scene, like it would be a Korvax, the lights on his helmet would be the only light source. And it really looked good like that. If you see, I'll give you a link to that too.
Okay.
You probably like, if you like Sin City, you like that.
Yeah, I definitely want to look at that.
Yeah.
All right. So we got things on the horizon. Got my fingers crossed for a digital comic. visual comic, you know, like in a video format. And I got my fingers crossed for some printable comic books from Dopezart.
Oh yeah, man, definitely got to get on it. I got to wrap the story up so I can, you know, I don't want to put it out and it's not done. That's the thing.
We're just doing issues.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or are you trying to do just like a big graphic novel?
Oh, it is. I got to pay somebody who's going to think this through for me because I don't want to think about this. I'm like, look, man, you do all that. You be Don King and just let me be Mike Tyson and knock out. Okay? Got time for this. You know.
That's funny. Yeah. Man, you know, I truly am amazed every time I see your stuff, dude. I mean, I've been recently fiddling around with it, but it's nowhere near the quality. And I was thinking about that too. Like, even people that have the power to do these with the software and stuff to do this still need an eye and for the art. They need the eye for the style. They need to know the scenes and how to put them together and things like that. And you've got that nailed down.
Yeah, I've always, you know, I draw on everything. Like I remember when I was in school, I just draw. Like a teacher give me a test, I just draw all over it, you know, and everywhere. And just I used to cover the paper. I can cover a piece of paper so fast, you know. I guess I got good at knowing where to put stuff when, you know, and I do it fast. And I also, you know, I made music. You know, I recorded music for a long time. And, you know, having to arrange stuff, where to put it in, you know, everything. It's like you get the understanding that a lot of times when it comes with effects and things that you add to pictures, a light touch is the best way to go.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So, I don't know. It's just, I've been doing it for a while, I guess.
I guess, man. It sure shows, that's for sure. So let's talk a little bit about, you know, what brought us all together, No Man's Sky. What does, you know, it's weird that this game attracts so many people. I mean, as soon as it hit the scene, you know, at the what was that old show on Spike TV? I can't even remember the name of it. VGX, right?
Yeah.
Was it the VGX? Yeah, I believe so. And as soon as that hit, it was on, man. I mean, it started a rolling hill of just amazement. You know, just everybody waiting on pins and needles to hear what was next. And I don't see too many other games that accomplish that kind of excitement. I mean, sure, when a Call of Duty or a Battlefield or something like that is announced at E3, there's hype, right? Everyone's hyped. Then you got all the other people saying, don't be hyped. They're just going to charge you $60 in DLC. And, you know, but it's not the same kind of hype. You know, it's No Man's Sky is wonderment. It's amazement.
Absolutely.
For me, No Man's Sky is what if or what else. You know, it's like we got this entire universe and got all these things that we could do in it. What else is Hello Games going to add to it? What else are we going to get from it? I always feel like the story's just not over. The story of the, you know, like the development process of this game. And that's what draws me to it. It's like, what else are they going to achieve with this game?
Yeah, and I think, you know, one, the aesthetic value of it is like so high. Even though you see games that have, you know, better graphics, so to speak.
Right.
The aesthetic value, what they've put together, it all, and even the music. I mean, everything, the sound, that all those things matter. You know, you just can't be a one-trick pony. You know, it just looks really good, and you know, everything else. You know, but when it all comes together, like you had a little perfect storm, man. This type of, you get like this cult following. So
yeah,
and it's clear that's what you have here. You know, because and then just the ideal of, like, you know, you're just some lone spaceman. You know, everybody, you know, everyone from there was people who were born in the 1960s to people who were born, 5 years ago, can all, share that dream together. They all wanted to be a space, somebody wanted to be a spaceman, and you can just, kind of live it out. And it's real easy to play, it's not, it doesn't, like you mentioned Elite Dangerous. You're like, oh, Elite Dangerous is so great. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, it's like I got all this part. I'm too high for this. I can't do this right now, And I don't have, my little son is going to come in here and try to take the control from me. I don't have time for this right now. I got to visit 3 planets by now. I don't have time. It's so, because I can, and it's the perfect game. I'm telling you, for stoners, perfect game. Because you can, you get a lot of smoke breaks, You got a warp drive to some planets, like 16 seconds. That's long enough for a bong rip,
Yeah. The other cool thing about No Man's Sky is the community. How the community has came together for many different reasons, for art and entertainment, for community, for gathering the community together, sort of something like I do, like I try and get everybody together. I try and share people's content, and I try and, use my voice to tell about somebody who's got something amazing and their voice might not be loud enough,
Exactly. Or I'm glad you're doing that too, man. That's great,
Yeah. And the other side of that is the way we work together to play the game. Even before Hello Games even said that they were going to add any type of really multiplayer, we were all working together to try and get to the same spot. And then we were working together to try and make that work in the least form that we could make it work. Like producing these farms so that we could all pick from them, harvest them.
Yeah, there's so much. So this is great. It's a, for a game that doesn't, there's so many games out there that tout, this network that they've developed for the community with their, official apps and all this, and you never get that sense of community. But here we have a game where it seemed like at every turn, people are like, oh, we can't see each other. I remember, man, for the longest time, me and, like I said, Photonic and Stripes by Northwest. I know you probably might have seen some of the stuff he might do. It's on Twitter and stuff. We play together every weekend, like just all three of us, on a headset together. We're not playing the same game at the same time, but we'd all play like it was multiplayer because, we'd just be talking to each other about the game, like, oh, look at this crazy stuff I found, and asking because, we weren't, it's amazing, man, the sense of community that everybody was able to build with, so little. And it's because of, they really enjoyed it,
Yeah. And then Top of the Galaxy, what they pulled off is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
With them discovering 14 glyph gravestones from travelers on one planet, mapping them out, and helping the entire community quickly get all your glyphs so that we have all 16 and could go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. That is just...
And that, and that's amazing because now you got websites like the Portal repository that you could go to and look up people's submitted portal addresses and then go there. Like Ray's got that awesome traveler's maze that you can participate in and go through the maze and stuff like that. And now, since I got all 16 glyphs, I can actually go there, and I want to make a video going through that maze. It's probably going to be hilarious because I'm going to get lost. I suck at mazes.
Yeah, I want to incorporate, like, that's why I see when I see stuff like that the community's done, I'm like, man, I want to put that in there. So I actually got to get the glyphs because I've been just, playing around, I guess, just taking pictures.
Yeah. I tell you what, man, it seems like a daunting task, but
the story,
if I could do it, you could do it. Trust me.
Yeah, what it is, the story that I'm making, it sometimes limits me. Like, it's like I want to get a new ship, but I'll get to it. You know, I'll get those glyphs eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. It only takes about 60 minutes to get the glyphs. Like, you get the first one by talking to your first traveler and asking him where they come from, and then find a trading post, and if there was not one there, go up into space, come back down, and there should be one there. And that's your second glyph.
Yeah, that's what I see. I'm gonna go through it. I was thinking about doing it tonight because it was, I've really been wanting to get. There's a lot of stuff I want to get in there, but there was something I could go through creative and I'll go through creative. I already got all the glyphs in the creative, so
I'd say, well, then do that, because a lot of people's extreme bases that they have are in creative. Yeah.
There's some nice ones that I want to go there and really get some new stuff done for this story. And like I said, I've been, you know, I've been trying to work, you know, more people in too. So anybody who wants to be a part of it, they can just hit me up and tell me you want to be in, and then I can get you in there.
Me.
Yeah, man, we had to make it a community thing, man. You know,
dude.
I know some of the Galactic Hub and everything. You know, I just want to go to that area. You know, put the story I have on hold and go to that area and get that going. You know, see what some of those guys got. See how everything would turn out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Well, it sounds super interesting, dude. And I'm going to be watching, and now I know a good link, or will know a good link once you send it over, that I could keep up. And I haven't read everything in order, so it's going to be good for me to sit down and start from the very beginning and read all the way until where you got now. And then,
I hope everybody, and you can really see how it just like evolves, you know, like how from where I started to where I am now. Like, I mean, I was just playing around, but you know, it took all, you know, it really, you know, is actually, that's why I'm like, wow, you know, there's actually a coherent story here, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think I could do that.
So what are you doing? Are you writing the story down, like on pencil and paper or whatever, just writing out a script and then putting it into the digital format?
Don Quixote, man. This stuff is all in my head, man. I'm literally walking around making up a story. Like, my girl be watching me play the game. She's like, "What are you doing?" Like, I was like, "Shh, quiet." Something important here. Like, why you keep changing games? Like, you didn't play that one for 5 minutes, and you put the other one in. Like, no, I should have bought the digital version of Fallout. So.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Was there anything that we didn't talk about that you'd like to touch on?
I don't know, man. I think, you know, just I'm really glad that, you know, just be able to talk about it, man, and everybody, you know, because I see people see it, you know. People, I don't know, they just I put it on Reddit. Reddit don't like it. Well, I don't know why folks on Reddit don't like my stuff.
Don't worry, man.
I see
people on Reddit hate my stuff.
People on Reddit crazy, man.
Not everybody on Reddit hates my stuff, but
I know
that's a rough crowd. It really is.
Oh, I know, man. I just like mess. I just, you know, I don't really care, you know, because I have such a loyal, you know, group of followers. I'm like, yo, I'm doing this for me and my.
Yeah, you do, man. And I guarantee you there's a lot of people on Reddit that actually do love your stuff.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's just the British. I blame the British because of Vapid Wolf. You know, from the community we had, is this guy, Vapid Wolf, man.
I think I know Vapid Wolf.
Yeah, he's the perfect a-hole, man.
Uh-oh.
He really is. I love him. I love him to death because I think he's hilarious. But you know, it was such hard being a leader of a community, you know, with him, you know. It's like he just like, you know, they like to poke people with a stick every now and then, you know. And then, you know, so we had some problems there, but and I know that some people in Reddit were mad at, you know, the leadership in general, even though I didn't really have anything to do with it, because I didn't really show up for like meetings about rules and stuff. I'm like, let them post whatever they want, you know. You know me, the more the merrier, you know. But they were sticklers for the rules and whatnot. So yeah. I had I got some messages. I posted one of my stories there one time. I think it was on the Galactic Hub, and they were like, "Aren't you part of that toxic community?" Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Yeah, I'll just delete it then." Yeah, so yeah, because I don't like to argue with people, man. You know, it's been such, like I said, like you said, it's such a warm community. We've all been working together. There's no need for, you know, anything that's going to cause division. So,
right.
You know, I want everybody to do good, you know?
Yeah, of course. Yep. All right, man. I think we're going to go ahead and close off the interview. Keep me apprised of you know, what your plans are for the for the printable comic book.
Oh, yeah.
I'm bugging you about that. I want it.
Everybody, I'm gonna make sure everybody knows. Trust me, if I put my money out there to print something up, you gonna know it. Okay,
buddy, and I'll support you too, man. I don't want it for free.
Oh, okay, I feel you, man. Hey, I'm glad, man. I'm just glad to be able to do this with you, Cobra. You know what I'm saying? Look at me, Ma, top of the world. Yeah, my mama, I love you, mama.
Well, I support you, bro, and I know that there's a crap ton of people that support you too, man.
Yeah, man, and you know, we'll bump heads again. I'm pretty sure, you know, hopefully we can do more stuff in the future. And Sean Murray, you can come out of hiding, man. We're not gonna stone you, dude. We love you, dude. You know, yeah. I hope he comes out. Like, they need to have like this conference, right? And he comes out on stage, walking real slow, and then he does the Willy Wonka roll. You know, everybody's like,
you remember seeing him at the PlayStation Experience when he's drinking a beer on stage? You remember that?
Yeah.
He said, "Tonight, I'm not going to talk about exclusives. I'm not going to worry about exclusives. I'm not going to worry about frame rates or anything like that. I'm just going to have fun with my favorite band, 65 Days of Static. Enjoy." He's sitting there with a beer in his hand. I'm like, you go, dude. All right. I tell you what, though, I miss him. I miss seeing him talk and hearing him talk.
He was just so, like, you know, because he had the same vibe like you had. Just he was so infectious about it. Like, yo, you gonna love this shit, man. You know, it's like a good drug dealer selling you some really strong stuff. Like, you gonna love this. Trust me.
Yeah, exactly.
Just get a taste of, you know, and you know, that's why you should come on back, man. Ain't nobody mad at him.
Yeah, no, just the people that didn't buy the game probably are still mad at him.
Didn't even play it. Didn't even play to begin with. Like, you know, that's the culture we have now, man. People complain about stuff they never intended to use.
Yeah. Well, I think all that's water under the bridge now. You know, I think
they put in too much work.
What's that?
You know, they've put in too much work. I mean, there's so many games that come out that are worth so much money, and you know, next year they won't be supported. Let's talk about.
What are you talking about? I thought, according to people on the internet, that they took the money and ran. What are you talking about? They've been working hard on it.
Man, it looks. Hey, every time I'm playing, I'm like, when did the HUD started doing this? Like, what's all this rain when I'm flying now? This is ridiculous. Who asked?
Yeah.
You know,
some cool stuff, man. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Much respect for Hello Games, man.
Oh, yeah.
All right, dude. It's been awesome talking to you, man. You are welcome to come on the show anytime you want. You don't even have to ask. You just have to say, Cobra, I went on. I got something I want to talk about. And boom, right. You're on.
Hey, you just gave me the keys, man. You'll be seeing me soon.
I look forward to it, dude. I really do.
All right, my man. You take it easy, though.
All right, Dopezart. Keep making that dope art.
Yo, gotcha.
All right, buddy.